Hello world, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notifications of our upcoming broadcasts. Explore our large archive of shows. Watch any episodes you need to see again. Find our YouTube channel online at youtube.com/@symbol Talkin Live Show, or on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV home screen. Head to the YouTube app to watch without the need of any expensive cable TV service. Subscribe today. Get ready for some Talkin Live.
Hello, world. This is Talkin Live. We got a great guest series, an impersonator, movie star. He's done it all, man. And his name is Jim Meskimen.
Well, it's Meskimen.
Meskimen.
Take a good run at it. Meskimen, yeah. Hey, thank you, Lamar. Nice to be with you. I'm not a movie star, though. I got to correct you. I'm a movie actor and a TV actor, and I do impressions. I like to say impressions rather than impersonations, because impersonations to me is more like I dress up like somebody and try to fool you into thinking I'm somebody that I'm not by appearances. I'm mostly a voice actor.
Yeah. You do kind of like stuff like for animation and stuff like that?
Yeah, animation. I've been the voice of Colonel Sanders on radio and TV commercials for quite some time. So if you ever heard a commercial for KFC in the last 6 or 7 years, chances are it probably was me.
Born here in the United States?
Yeah, I'm an American citizen. And
Well, no, I mean...
let me get my passport. Let me find it here. Always keep it.
When I'm asking...
You're wise to be skeptical.
No, I'm not skeptical. I'm just trying to get you
In
history.
case you never know.
When I get to history, we start talking.
All right, you have me. I actually am Russian agent, and you have blown my cover completely. But
I'm sorry. Well,
it had to happen someday, when I least expect.
I understand you impersonate what's his name, Sam Elliott and all them. Do you impersonate him and all the other different ones? Well, we can pretend you're a hillbilly like me. How about that?
I wouldn't mind. Tell you, when I was listening to your show, Lamar, I thought, well, now here's somebody that could have been, if Sam Elliott and Morgan Freeman had somehow had a baby.
Yeah.
Luckily, that's not physically possible.
Yeah.
Take your vest off, because you're going to get heat stroke just from wearing
Yeah,
all
somebody told me this wasn't right anyway. Said they don't wear vests anymore. It was
At the bank. The bank. If you're a bank president, then you got to wear a vest. That's one of the reasons.
I like to do a talk show with them.
Yeah.
Tell them how they're slocking it to us. We hadn't started this now. We got
All right. Well, Lamar, loosen up that tie a little bit, will you? Just loosen up that tie. You're making me feel all
Yeah, I know. I can't stand ties either.
Let's be two friends just sitting here talking, all right? So let me give you a little rundown. Yeah, I am an impressionist actor, right? And I've been one for 35 years. Doesn't mean I'm anything special, just means that's how I chose to earn my living. And I got my start because my mama is an actress, and she was on a show called Happy Days, you might remember. And she played Mrs.
Yeah, we remember that.
Howard's mom. You remember that, right?
Oh, yeah. Love it. Love her.
Yeah. Well, she is, God bless her, she's almost 96 years old.
Wow.
Still with us, still living at home, and sends her love. And she has been a great inspiration in my life. And I've tried to kind of follow in her footsteps, but without putting on the high heels, because that pinches my feet.
Yeah, that's really impressive. And I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah, and so I've done a lot of animation, as you mentioned. I've been doing video games and cartoons and stuff for years and years for Marvel and Disney and Warner Brothers and all the big companies, And right now I am on a TV show on Apple TV called The Big Door Prize. And that's a show that stars a wonderful Irish actor named Chris O'Dowd. And I'm going to do my Chris O'Dowd impression now because I'd rather sound like him sometimes than myself. And it's a cute show. It's an interesting kind of melancholy comedy, I would say. Not a black comedy exactly, but kind of contemplative, I'd say. And funny as well. And I get to play his father, which is why I've essayed to learn his particular accent. It's on right now on Apple TV Plus. Our second season just dropped, as they say. You might have heard something. It was our second season dropping. It sounded a little bit like if you took a spare tire and filled it full of dried lentils and let it go and it hit the concrete. That's what our sound of our show dropping sounded like.
If you you got my engineer over there laughing in my ear. So
sorry about it. I'll try to.
Don't worry about it.
Where would you like me to have him laugh? I can have him laugh at your elbow if you like.
Yeah, we're just having fun here. It's great. It's great.
Of his mom?
You don't do no impressions of your mom, do you?
No, I draw the line at that, Lamar. But thank you.
Shoot.
I sort of can't stop doing a little bit of an impression of my mom because we're genetically very linked up. So I think people notice that once they know who my mom is, they go, "Oh yeah, I see. You kind of look like your mom." My daughter is also an actress, and she looks a fair amount like my mother too. And she's like me, I also am, as a voice actor, I do a little bit of everything, and I narrate audiobooks. You've heard of audiobooks, I'm sure. Maybe you listen to some yourself.
Yeah, I'm familiar with audiobooks. And
Okay. Well, my daughter is also an audiobook narrator. Her name is Taylor Meskimen. Same last name. Strange.
Yeah.
And we both spend a lot of time in a booth like this, reading lots of books to people.
I see you got that sound, that back
Acoustic
sound.
foam, I believe is the term you're looking for. Acoustic foam, yes.
Yeah, and it keeps that sound just perfect. And I bet your mother still tells you what to do, though, don't she? 90-year-old and bossing you around. That's the way my mother was. She was 90, 92. Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Just something that you might think is funny. She used to tell me, my sister was jealous of me. She'd tell me, said, my sister would tell her, said, Lamar, he bought him a new car. And she would tell me, well, if you can't pay for it, that's your little red wagon. So what, man? And but them mothers, they're great. I mean, to have a mother, especially at that age, it's great to have someone that you can always talk to.
Yeah, she's a treasure, absolute treasure. Yeah.
And being special with happy days too, he makes it better. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every time I meet somebody and they find out who my mother is, they generally say the same thing. They generally say, "Oh, I love your mom," or "Oh, your mom raised me," and it's funny because, of course, nobody really was raised by Marion Cunningham at all. It was all kind of made up in a show and fun, but people feel as if they were, as if they had that mom for at least a half an hour every Tuesday night, and it's amusing. Now, to me, my mom is a very different individual, different character, a different personality even. And I like Marion Ross even better than Marion Cunningham, to be honest. She's very feisty, very ambitious, very talented actress, actually. She did in her career, did many, many very complex and interesting roles. She could do comedy, but she could also do drama very, very well. She could really make you cry, and took a lot of pride in having a well-rounded career, everything from Shakespeare to Tennessee Williams to Eugene O'Neill, all the greats, and then, of course, made it big on Happy Days and is still beloved today. So it's amazing what she pulled off.
Oh, yeah, I still watch it.
Do you?
I didn't put on makeup. I figured, I'm just naturally ugly, so I don't see any hope for it, sometimes. But anyway, you got my engineer was telling me that you got a lot of stuff that's coming out.
Well, he's probably referring to a video from a few years back that it involved that I did with the deep fake technology, which at that time was still pretty new and pretty basic. But I worked with a visual effects artist in England, and I did a poem in celebrity voices, and I changed and during the poem, I think I changed voices and personalities about 20 times or so, maybe more. And each time I would change a voice, he would change the image of my face so that it looked like that actor, like my face had morphed into the face of that actor. And it went viral on YouTube, and it still, I think, is a very popular one on my YouTube channel. And if your audience wants to see it, you can go to YouTube and type in Jimpressions, which is my channel, and a deeper look at being an impressionist, or just a deeper, if you just type in deeper, you'll find that one pretty fast.
Yeah, well, when we enter show, you're very welcome to send all that information to us. Let us put it on our video, and so that people know where to find you at.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, I mean, all our guests, we want them to get something out of their interview, recognize and know that where they're at and where they're still around, and
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, some of the actors, and actresses, they, like your mother, people like to hear about her and knowing how she's doing, and that's the kind of thing we like to do to some of our guests, is let everybody know, Jim's still around, he's doing this, he's doing that. Hey, don't start that. Yeah, I got plenty of dogs, and I raise animals, so a lot of animals. I have them with me, distance stays with me all the time.
I have a couple of dogs myself. I don't have them here in the booth with me. I didn't realize. A couple of things I didn't get the note of, like wear a tie, bring a dog. I didn't get those instructions, so I'm sort of bereft.
I didn't invite you to say how you looked. I invited you to tell your story. But, I like to, I hate ties. And
it's amazing that anybody still wears a tie, I think. In these days, things change in the culture. I'm amazed that anybody still even owns a tie. It's amazing to me.
Well, I don't know how to tie one, so.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You have a lot of ties, Lamar? How many ties do you reckon you own? 3, 4?
Well, I bought 3 because Alex Baldwin told me be sure to wear a tie, and then I had a bunch of Versace ties that I never wore, that I bought back in the days when I was younger, and I never did care too much for ties anyway. Change the subject. What year did you appear on America's Got Talent?
What year?
Yeah.
2013 I was on America's Got Talent. So it's already 11 years ago. I can't believe it. And it was in the summertime, and I went first to Las Vegas, and first in LA, then to Las Vegas, and then they invited me to go to New York City's Radio City Music Hall, and I performed in front of 6,000 people in there, and some 10 million or so on TV, and that was a really interesting experience. I did impressions. I did, who did I do? A bunch of different voices. I probably did Sir Patrick Stewart. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember exactly. And I bet I did that George W. Bush, too. He was the president.
Yeah. So you do
And Tommy Lee Jones. I probably did Tommy Lee Jones. And I do remember doing Jay Leno. I'm pretty certain I did Jay Leno as well.
Yeah. How about, how about Reagan?
Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, how you do, Anton?
Well, yeah, sure. I did the great communicator, Ronald Reagan. I'm sure he would have been happy, Lamar, to spend some time with you on your show,
Well, he would have been very welcome if he would have tried it.
Look at that. See, you scratch a person and they become an impressionist. Everybody does impressions of somebody. Sometimes it's just their family.
Yeah.
Or their animals.
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah, mostly I do impressions of me, when I'm talking to somebody like you.
Yeah.
But
I think you have a wonderful, wonderful way of talking, by the way. It's sort of laid back and sort of obviously influenced by the part of the world you come from, but it's no bells and whistles and no frills.
Yeah. How about Robin Williams? I heard you do a great Robin Williams.
Well, I've done it professionally for quite a while. I mean, I don't know how great it is, but it is the best we have at the moment. The great Robin Williams. Yeah, I've been doing his voice, the Blue Genie, for Disney for quite some time. It's fun to evoke this character. He, of course, got his start on my mom's show on Happy Days. Mork shows up at the front door at the Cunningham place. It's kind of a crazy mashup, but that's what happened. Seems like a fever dream now, but actually happened. And I do it from time to time. And people usually tell me it's very heartwarming that they miss Robin a lot. We all miss him because he was such a creative, wonderful, lively force.
Yeah, he seemed to be a happy guy, but sometimes we look happy, but inside we're miserable sometimes.
Yeah.
And we listen to the wrong voice and do the wrong thing.
Yeah, was truer words than ever been spoke there, Lamar. Truer words.
It's sad. It's sad.
It is. It is.
But there is hope in life. There's no use ending it. There is hope in life.
I believe that's true. No, I think it's absolutely true. There's a lot of, you got to make of your life the best you can. We're all dealt a different hand of cards, but sometimes you think people are luckier than you are, but that really doesn't make any difference. You have to just keep trying and pursue knowledge and have faith and be the best person you can be and not give up. And sometimes it gets pretty tough, but you got to realize that people love you and care about you, and you need to keep going.
Yeah, some people don't realize that they ain't only hurting themselves, they hurt others when they do the wrong thing. So, but this way the people are today, you can't tell them nothing, know what's good for them. It took me a long time to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get sick or nothing. I just said I'm sick of it. And I asked God to help me get over all this stuff. I don't need this in my life no more. And he did. I smoked, drank, and all that.
Yeah. And what did you do for a living?
I'm in the recycling business.
Okay.
I could tell you about computers, batteries, telecom, and all that kind of stuff. That's what I made a lot of my money on,
Was that a pretty good business then, I guess?
Well, yeah, and it's a lot of competition nowadays. So
yeah.
I enjoy this. I mean, talking with you today is such an honor, and be able to sit down and talk to you and talk to someone that's, got the stamina that you have, that I feel, easy with you.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I did a show with a guy from Iran. Oh, he was a rapper, man. You talk about pronouncing his name.
Yeah.
Man. But
those Iranian rappers, they don't make it easy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry he wasn't pleased with what I asked him. He got confused. He thought I was getting into politics, but I wasn't, you know. And but we had a good show still. We had an interpreter, and I think there was a little confusion in there. I mean,
that's concerning. I'm glad we don't need an interpreter. I can pretty much understand everything. Almost.
You sure you wasn't born in Georgia?
I wasn't, but I've been there a lot of times. I've been through there. I've worked in Atlanta on that show I was telling you about, the Big Door Prize.
Yeah.
I've worked in Atlanta up there, and yeah, with them folks up there in Atlanta.
Are you coming this way? Are you in Georgia anyway, son?
Well, if we get picked up for a third season, I will come back. But mostly I head out there for work whenever they fly me out there. So we'll see. But the people of Georgia are great. I spent a little bit of time there. That's a big town, Atlanta.
Do you go? Have you been to Commie Catch yet in Chattanooga?
I've not been to Chattanooga.
No. Well,
I've been out in the countryside. I can't remember what the area was called now. But my dad was from Big Spring, Texas, and there's a whole lot of nothing out there. And he lived in Dallas and Austin, and I used to do tons of commercials in Texas and in Georgia, and talking to people and just getting to know people. So I admire all the people in your neck of the woods, and it is literally the woods out there sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. I suppose you would fly from where you're at to Atlanta, but if you flew into Chattanooga, we're about 90 something miles north of Atlanta.
Okay, well, I'll get all the directions. I'll be there directly. I'll come out there this weekend, and you don't need to prepare any special food for me. I'll bring my own food.
I'll take you to McDonald's, man.
Well, that's very gentlemanly of you.
I'll get you a sleazy hotel room.
Does the Sleazy Company, they have a chain out there, do they?
Yeah, they got sleazy hotels.
Sleazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good outfit, the Sleazy outfit. They've been around a long time. That Emmett J. Sleazy, I think he's the owner, partial owner now. I think his son owns most of it. Well, listen, I've enjoyed talking to you. I have to get on. I'm busy with my work day here. I'm working on a TV show with Billy Bob Thornton. You know about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it.
I love Sling Blade and all that.
I bet. And
I remember.
He's got a new show coming out called Landman, and I got to work on that with him and Demi Moore in Fort Worth not too long ago. And so I've got a busy career.
Yeah. Well, you ought to be proud you do, see. And then that way you don't get bored. I get bored on the weekends. If I don't have something to do, I get bored to death, you know.
A great thing to do if you get bored with all those animals you have is to just take some beef broth and just pour it on your arms.
Yeah, they're like my kids. They won't
lay down on the floor.
Yeah, they don't listen to nothing I say. They're just like my kids.
Huh? What's that?
I said, my dog, they're just like my kids. They won't listen to nothing I say. They take advantage of me.
Must be genetic. I don't know.
But anyway, I really appreciate your time and that you took the time out to do a show with us. And
you bet.
Be sure you send that. Be sure you send all the information because we can add it to this video. And one last impression telling me bye. Can you tell me bye?
Particularly that your engineer would like me to do.
He said Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, bye-bye, Lamar. I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed talking to you. And next time we get together, I'm going to come out there to Georgia, and we're going to have some fried peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. How about that?
Okay, well, thank you very little, and thank you very much. And if you tell Billy Bob Thorne not to tell him if he ever needs a crazy hillbilly, I'll be there for him.
All right, I'll let him know. Thanks, y'all.
All right, appreciate you. Yep.
All right, well,
God bless you. See you later.
Now, God bless y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. To watch this show again, be sure to visit talkinlive.com. We now have Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels for you to watch from your home TV. Or find more of our recent shows on most any of your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, world. We will be talking live with you next time. The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin Live presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin Live TV broadcast studio, or by this channel or its management.
Hello world. Using today's latest technologies, we are quickly expanding our network and are now airing in several markets around the country. Everything from ABC to CBS and NBC station affiliates. We look forward to hearing valuable opinions from everyone from different backgrounds in the markets we now serve. Be sure to share our broadcast with all your friends and family, a place where they can express their opinion on current events freely with your host lamarbearden. We are still talking live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on talkinlive.com and everywhere you find streaming online content.
Welcome to Talkin Live Classics TV. Reserve this spot on our Classics channel today to advertise your business or showcase an upcoming event. We not only provide broadcasting for EPB customers, but we also stream 24/7 on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and online at timelessclassicstv.com. Call our advertising department at 423-290-9194. That's 423-290-9194 to find out more about placing your spot here. Mention code CLASSICS 2023 for your discounted rate today.
Hello world. You can cut your cable cord today. Watch all your favorite Classics TV and Talkin Live shows 24/7 on your Roku device. No cable TV service needed, ever. That's right. No cable needed to watch any time of the day. On your Roku device, go to the home screen and search your apps for our Timeless Classics TV and Talkin Live channels. Just plug it into your TV and start streaming with just an internet connection. No TV cable service needed. Now get ready for some Talkin Live.